Hello students, welcome to grammar class. Today we are going to study the 25th lesson of your grammar chest textbook, interrogative sentences. You already know what is an interrogative sentence, isn't it? A sentence which asks question is called interrogative sentences. So here we are going to study how to frame a question word in context like in simple present, past tense, then using do and does, then using has, have and had. So here a sentence that asks question is called interrogative sentence. Then now let's study be verbs is, am, are, was and where. We already studied this topic be verbs in the topic tenses. So just recall that what are be verbs? Be verbs are verbs like is, am, are, was, where. These are called be verbs. So if a be verb comes in a statement, how to make a question? That's what we are going to study first. See, they are happy. How can you make a question word here? Here you can make a question word just by using the same be verb are. You don't have to search for any other question word here if it's a be verb. See, they are happy. The same question word you can use here to make it as a question. Now, she was sick. What is the be verb here? Was. The same be verb you can use it for the question word. So, was she. Now, the next one is questions with has, have and had. What to do when has, have and had comes as a statements in a statement. How to make questions using has, have and had. She has a car. So here you don't have to search for a question word because we already what has is there here. So use the same. Has she a car? Then he had a new ball. He had a new ball. What is the question word here? Which question word you can use? Had, is it? Had is the question word that you can use here. It's already, we already used it had, is it? So we don't have to search for any special question words here. You have to use the same that as a question word also. Then here, you have a book. How will you write? Have is the question word, is it? So you can use the same have here also. Here we used had, here we use have. So the same question word is used here also in order to make it as interrogative sentence. Now the next one, using do, does and did. Using do, does and did. How to make questions. See, we already studied that for I, we, you and they, you have to use do. For he, she, it, you have to use does. This is something that we already studied. Then did is used for past tense. Okay. Now, you see, I, we, you, they, you have to use do. He, she, it, you should use does. Did is used with past tense. So, in the case of has, have and had, which question word we have to use? See, you have a pen. We can also, see, I'll just show you the previous example. She has a car. Has she a car? You use the same question word in order to make it as an interrogative sentence. Now, the next one. You have a pen. Have you a pen? That's also correct. But other than using the same verb, you can use do, does or did. How you can use that? That is what we are going to see in detail. See, you have a pen. So, we already studied. See, for I, we, you, they, you have to use do. Is it? So, since it is you here, you can use the question word do. Do you have a pen? Okay, now he has a pen. He has a pen. Which question word you can use? He. See, does, is it? So, does he have a pen. Why I used here have? That is the original form of the verb. Always remember, whenever you convert some sentences to interrogative forms, in order to find out a question word, you should always use original form of the verb. What is the past tense of have? What is the past tense of have? Had, is it? We use have, has and had in 3 contexts that we already studied. I hope you remember that rules. I, we, you, they and all plurals you have to use have. He, she, it and all singular you have to use has. And past tense of this have verb is had. Have is the original form of the verb. Okay, that verb is not what to say, it does not have any fluctuations. So that's original form of the verb have. Have is the original form. So here, does he have a pen? Whenever you use does, do and did, remember you have to use the original form of the verb. Okay, you have to use the original form of the verb. What is the original form of the verb here? Have. Had is past tense. Okay, has is used for singulars. Okay, so here you will have the question why I have used the have here, because it is did. I am using question word. If I am using question word, I have to use the original form of the verb always. Okay. If it is a statement like she dash a new dress, she dash a new dress, she dash a new dress. Which one you will write? Which one you will write? She dash a new dress. She have or has? She has a new dress. That is correct. But why I have used here have? Because I have already put a question word did. So if I am using a question word, I have to use the original form of the verb. Okay. So I hope it's clear. Whenever you write questions, remember you should use original form of the verb. So that's why I have used here have. Now the next one. If a sentence is having more than one verb, here you see the girl is playing. Here I have 2 verbs, is playing. So how I can change that to a question word, or how I can make an interrogative sentence? You can use the same verb is, then go to the subject, the girl playing. Is the girl playing? Here question word is already there, you can just write the same and write the subject, the girl is the girl playing. Now coming back to the next one, the boy is running. How will you write? Is the boy running? Okay, so this is the pattern of making statements or creating interrogative sentences. So the same verb you can use and add the subject in order to make interrogatives. And always remember, for questions starting with do, does, did and all, you have to use the original form of the verb. Okay, now the next one. Verbs in simple present, do and does. Do and does. What did we study? Do you remember the rules of do and does? What did we study? For I, we, you, they and all plurals, you have to use do. For he, she, it and all singular, you should use does. This is something that you already learnt. Then, how you can make a question word here? My mother cooks food. What is the tense? Cooks. Cooks, simple present. Is it? So, whenever you see a simple present, you can use the question word do or does according to the subject. What is the subject here? My mother. My mother is the subject. What kind of subject is that? Is it singular or is it plural? My mother, singular, is it? So, If it is singular, what you have to use? You have to use does. Okay, so what will be the answer? Does my mother cook food? As I said, original form of the verb is used. It's very important. You have to put this rule in your mind. Does my mother cooks will become cook food, because cook is the original form of the verb. Then they play football. How you can make a question? Do they play football? Here we already used original form of the verb. Why? Because in simple present tense, with they you don't use plays, is it? They play football. So if it's plural, this is plural. So the verb is in original form itself. You don't have to worry if it is plural. So you use the same verb, play. Okay, for you already studied, is it? For plurals, you don't have to add s with the verb. Its original form of the verb is used with plural. So here it's original form. So we also use original form in the question word. Do they play football? Okay, now the next one is verbs in simple past. If the verb is in simple past tense, what you have to do? Let's see that. The players played well. What tense is that, children? Here played is past tense, is it? Play present tense, played past tense. So if the verb is in past tense, which question word you should use? Do, does or did? Past question word, is it past tense of do verb did? Did is used as a question word if the verb is past tense. See, did the players play well? Here original form of the verb is used. What is the original form of the verb play? Played, play, is it? Played is the past tense, play is the original form of the verb. So here we have used original form of the verb in order to make it as a question. Now we went to school. Went, what is the tense of the verb went? Went, past tense. So which question word you have to use? Do, does or did. For past tense we already studied, it is did, is it? So did we go? When becomes go. Why? Go is the original form of the verb went. Is it? Go, present tense, went, past tense. So present form of the verb, original form of the verb go is used here in order to make it as an interrogative statement. See, we went to school. Did we go to school? This is the answer. Now, the next one, interrogative sentences with question words, what, whose, where, when and why. This is very easy. Because in your day-to-day life conversation, you use this question word, what, when, why and all of it. You ask your parents, what is the breakfast? Or when are you planning to take me out? So all these WH questions comes in our daily conversation. So this is very easy. See, my favorite football player is Ronaldo. So how can you make it as a question? Who is your favorite football player? Is it? You can use the question word who in order to get the answer. Now I live in Tevra. So which question word? Where do you live? So it's all very commonly that you speak, is it? So it's very easy topic for question words with WH.